Welcome back to episode 28 of our Solo World No Mods Update 11 playthrough. And we are picking up right where we left off in the previous episode. So, wherever you are, enjoy your morning, your afternoon, your evening. And let's get back to work. Let's go up and see about making more shield log. Oh, there's a bed. Let's put that on us. That comes in here, right there. So now we have one bedroom that is 11.5, the other is 5.75. 50% value, exact same items in both rooms. And for the bathroom, the only difference so far is the fact that we don't have the latrine in here. So in this one, we have the latrine, the washboard, the table, and the bench. This one, we just have the washboard. So once we get the latrine in here, it will be 3.75 or 3.25. These two are the two rooms that are also down here, which is this one that we are standing in, and this one, which will be the secondary kitchen, or maybe it's just going to be one giant kitchen with a stairwell down because of the other tables that we're going to need, or eventually make. This, like I said, is going to be what is sitting up above, which is the workbench, the repair bench, the research table. They're all going to come down here, and we're going to have a stairwell that goes up to the opening that we have where the adobe is, and the other tables are those tables currently are. Alright, so let's... One moment. Sorry about that, I had a sneeze. I really didn't want you to hear it. Alright, so... Alright, there's our 3 crushed rock that we can move to our tiny stockpile if we can find it. Actually, let's just stick it in here. Ugh, damn, what the heck? Alright, move this down to here. Alright. Oh. We need to figure out more where we're going to get more wood. That one's going to stay right where it is because it's on a level that I want. This one we're going to keep on this level because this is going to stay here. which means this one is not on a level. We're going to hope it falls that direction. I really don't want it to fall in the river behind us. I should have made a iron axe for this. Because it would have saved some more. Oh, we didn't put enough labor into our latrine. Well, let's put it this way: we didn't put any labor in the latrine. Got stuck in the other tree. This will get us close to like 450 to 500 wood. Once we get it fully chopped up. So like 2 runs of the cart. Maybe a little bit, maybe a partial for a third. I know I originally said you don't chop these down, but I'm the only one on this world, so it's not like I'm going to produce a massive amount of pollution that you would see in a multiplayer world. In a multiplayer world, yes, you would do your utmost you would really try not to chop those down. But like I said, I'm chopping it down because it's not going to be conducive to where I really wanted it. Although I probably could have left it and just left it sit back here on a little raised dirt area all by itself, but it's a little too late to do anything about it now. Damn, how did the debris get all the way over there? not bad. It needs at least one dirt down there to give you the ability to jump back up. Okay, that's full, so we can grab one more handful and then we have to go back. There we go, it dropped down. Stop! Stop rolling! Stop moving! Really? You're gonna nosedive right there. Until it gets too heavy or too light on the other end. Or too heavy on the other end to tilt its way back. Or it's stuck in the tree, so it's not going to. Almost got it all cut. What the heck? Shouldn't have caught on the tree. Okay, let's move this over, move this over, move this over, move these over, move that over. Let's go collect more wood. That should be 3, maybe 4 into the cart. So at most we got one more that can fit in the cart, I think. Alright, we got that. We'll just come back for that later. And tree limbs. Didn't move the cart far enough. It's gotta be right here. Alright, latrine gets its labor. We need some boards for making molds. Where's the mold recipe? There it is. So we need 8 boards per, so we need to make, if we make 120, that'd be 15. Do 160, that'd be 20 of those. So let's do 200 boards. So once the latrine is done, we'll make 200 boards. That leaves 300 wood, and we'd need 2 for that to get 16. Should be 8 here, another 16. So it's 18 per 8 hewn. It's not quite 200. No, not quite 20. No. Yeah, not quite 20. So if we go 15 on the dowel rod, I would guess 120 hewn log. $30 seconds left on that. Alright. There's our latrine. So now if we check this, we have, here we go. We have a 6.5 and a 3.25 for 2 bathrooms. We have an 11.5 and a 5.75 for 2 bedrooms. Now the only things we're missing really is we need to take this industrial, get it out of here. We need to take, need to expand the kitchen and then turn that into a living room and turn in one of these to a living room. The other one will be the expanded kitchen. But just by improving or putting these 2 rooms in, we gained what, 9 more XP. So as you can see, we are now up to 80. Wow, that's not there. I wonder where they'd all disappeared to. 4. Change this to wall. We can do that. We'll have to move those. Yep, we got to dig out one more there. Dang it, that's not what I wanted to do. Alright, so that doorway up there is exactly in that spot. So if we went and pulled the stairwell, and put this here like this, and we went ahead and built too hungry. Like that. Gives us a stairwell, gives us 2 separate rooms. If we want. Throw that down there. That'll eventually come up. I just don't want it up yet. Throw that down here. Grab that last stack. Accidentally entered chat. I'll have to expand that out that direction just a little bit farther. But we need to remove that roof as well. And put down flooring up there. Too much weight there. Clay. So we can go up there. Can't go up any higher because we're hitting our head on the workbench. Now, the question is, I don't remember if we pull this up, if we destroy I think we do. Yep, can't move it with an active project. So we'd have to finish our engineering pages first. So let's grab these and we will replace that. And we have to replace this one because that's where it's sitting. Nope, we need one more. Okay, so let's pull this one up and put this here. Damn. Ugh. Making the boards. We'll go up there and put down another. We're gonna need more boards because we're gonna have to make the engineering pages. Oh, crap. Alright, what do we want to do? Need to figure out what we want to do here to throw those there. Throw these up here. Those could go there. Crush. Not quite. We're getting there. We use 120 ore, which is another 10. Storage wise, we still got some sandstone we can get rid of. If we do 20 here, it's 240 out of our sandstone. Leaves us 181. So that's 15. Saying we're missing 96, 104 granite. So what's in this cart? Nothing. So let's go see if we got 104 granite down below. I know we got granite in one of the stockpiles. So if we come all the way down here, click on this, let's see where that granite is. Set 104. And 24. Alright, what else? We eventually get this up there. Once the rest of that's done. So that should take care of all but one sandstone and all the granite. Go over here to the rockers. Got 225 here. That'll get rid of 50 of it. We got all this granite here that we'll eventually do something with. I really don't want to do the concentrate just yet. What do I want to do? Got about 1 or 2 more times of using that. We can actually get some more space in here if we raise this roof up one tile. Still making the wood boards. We haven't gotten to the dowel rods yet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what? 1305. Let's burn up some of that. Trying to decide how much. Alright, what all is this going to be used in? We're going to be making a better pair of boots, whether it's... I'm trying to remember. Work boots are going to give us decreased labor of 30%. I'm wondering, that might only be for tailoring. we're gonna need, I don't know if we're gonna want it for the wooden elevator or not. I might make one of those at some point, just for the heck of it. But we can make that later, because that's only 4 cellulose. We've already got what we need for making the large bath mats. Large rug, we're going to need another 15 each. And we need one for the bedroom, one for the... one for each bedroom. One for either kitchen, one for either living room. So we need 6, so we need another 90 cellulose made. Let's pull in from here first. Just what we want. We don't want it to use this. So that's 180, so... Oh, no, that's 1,800. So it's going to get to the point that it uses this. We have to move that. So let's temporarily move this out of here so it can't be seen. So now it's showing that we are going to be about 500 short, which is what we just moved. So I know we have more wood fiber around. Yeah, here. So we can move this wood fiber up. So that gets rid of our wood fiber for the most part. The large rug, wool yarn, and the wool yarn is over here. It's the shern wool. There. So we have 127. So if we need 6 of these, we're going to need 240. So 240 is a lot of wool. Which means a lot more rams, a lot more goats. So we'll work on that at some point. We're just not going to do it now. Light backpack will get us 5, but and it increases our movement speed. Or we can do the big backpack, which just gives us 10, but no movement speed. Where's the rain shoes? Give us movement speed. It's any fabric. But right now, that's our fabric for the bath mats. We don't want to use that, not unless we want to make some more, which would mean we'd have to go get more cotton. we could do the work backpack, which is fun. I mean, there's several options. We can either go the big backpack, get 10 extra kilograms we can carry. We can do the work backpack, which gives us 5 kilograms and 10% less calories used on tools. Or we can do the light backpack, which is movement speed and 5 extra kilograms. That's 20 fabric. So if we do that, we want 20 more fabric, which means we'd have to make 20 more linen cloth. And 10 more cellulose fiber. You see, that's with tools. That's not with everything on 10%. But considering any resource gathering is tool based, might be a good idea. So let's make 10 more cellular fiber on top of what we already did. And we'll work on getting 20 linen. Which means we need 80 yarn. So to get 80 yarn, we need 40 cycles here. Which means we need 40 flax fiber from here. We get we need 40. Which means we need about 84 more flax stems. So let's go find our flax. It's over this way. Our wild flax. It's 15. 20. Of course. Break our sickle, burn our calories. It's always the tools break in the middle of you wanting to really do something. You're out in the middle of nowhere doing what you want to do and the tool breaks. It's really disheartening sometimes. Berries, flax. There's some more over there. some more over here. Yes, this is more than 84 that we needed, but we're trying to also make some more seeds, so... Because once we're able to harvest that field that we got on our property, we're going to need to replant it. All our oaks that are growing there. Which reminds us, what about those 3 that we planted here? 1, 2, 3. They're still there. See, our older flax are now getting to the growth stage. We got 2 plants. Oh, they're almost all there. Got the last little bit where the stockpile was. It's not quite grown, so it's almost there. So let's go in here and we will move this up to here. Wow, we really picked up some. Let's pull this out of here for the moment. Can that see that? Yes, it can still. Oh well, we'll leave that alone for now. So that's us making. Not solid ground, which means we're still missing one. There. So now we just need to be able to make that. What's going on here? It is working. It's almost done with all the boards that we originally made. Now start making the hewn logs. Let's move this clay down, move this up. We'll move this stuff down, move these up, and we'll put that clay back up there. Move these into the cart so we can move them over to the chest. I'm not going to put that there. We can go back into here. Stone Brazier's not working anymore. I don't need the campfire queued up. That's not going to go there. We don't need it. This does not need to go here. This does not need it. This ain't going to pull from this right now. Might pull from it, but not right now. So that gets turned off. That's the hewn dresser, so that doesn't need to go there. That's a hewn dresser. It doesn't need to go. Move that up. Move that up. Move this up. Move this up. I want to go ahead and make some more flax seeds. Let's go ahead and make 200. Now we got 18 there, so let's do not 200, let's do 182. Food. Need some place to put the flax seeds. Yeah, those will go there. Alright, so let's move the huckleberries down. Pumpkins and that down. We'll move the wheat down. Ice boxes. Seeds aren't going in the ice box, are they? Oh, they are. Okay. Probably because they have the shelf life. Alright, let's change those around and drop those in there. And then from here, we cannot see the other chest where those are. Can't see the campsite, I should say. Alright, so that's everything working up there. Next task to work on might be concentrating the iron, because we're going to want the iron bars to make nails. Well, we got 22, 23. So if we do 12 on this one, and 11 on this one. God damn it, did copper again. $50 mining. Screw it. Get rid of that. Yes, it's just a little bit of calories. I'm not going to worry about it. For 11, that's 550 calories minus discount, so it's maybe 2 pieces of food, depending on which food it is. So with that, let's go over here to the bloomery. And we'll go smelt iron. We did 23. We're gonna get a concentrate per. So that's 23. We need 2 per. So let's do 10. Start making more iron. Storage wise, let's find the chest that has here. It comes to the top. That goes that way. We don't need to see any of the fish traps. That comes to be a pull from gonna go ahead and leave that open. Let's pull the 6 coal, put it in there. I'm gonna move that one up. Clay doesn't need to be seen. That doesn't need to be seen. That doesn't need to be seen. That doesn't need to be seen. This stockpile does not need to be seen. So, in order to make nails, nails are going to go into the wood mold at a rate of 2 nails per. So each nail cycle is 8 runs of molds. So we're only going to do 5 at the moment. So that'll get us nails to go into here. And then we'll transfer them over to here. No, we can't do that. So let's move this back over here to this side of the road real quick. There's that. So let's grab these and throw them down in here. How do we got 25? Probably because somehow it can reach them. I don't know. Something tells me we just stopped her. Alright, so we could go run this way, and run this way, so we need to close this up. So let's go ahead and take 4 of these. Do our wall. Pick that up. It was temporary. And we're at 1 hour and 8. So we're making nails in order to get to the wood bricks. So if we do this and go storage, let's move these to the cart. Let's go up to carpentry bench. And find the wood molds down towards the bottom. There they are. Let's go ahead and do 10. No, 20. I wanted to get the wood's going to come in handy, but we want the molds to start with. So they're going to come out of here, they're going to go right back in, and then we can move them over to the other side. So once we get, I don't know, 5 cycles run, we'll move them to the other side. So let's double check something. That's from here, so we'll pull from here. We're going to be pulling from here and here. It's a matter of where the bricks are gonna go. We'll put the bricks back in here. So now we can go ahead and make wet bricks because we have all 3 items. This is going to get us 40 XP per cycle. Pottery is up here, and we need 1,850. So roughly 45 cycles of bricks will get us 200. So what, 45? We'll do 45. And we're making the molds, so it's not a big deal. So started our bricks. Which was the goal of this episode. We haven't tossed them in the kiln yet, but now that we got the wet ones going, we can do here and the mortar. So this has to have this one to the top. I don't remember where we had the wet ones going. Where did we have the wet ones going? We had the wet ones going in here. Now, do we see that one, or is that too far that direction? Nope, right there. Take from here. So that should give us take all the wet ones going in there. Okay. So we don't need this, we need to do this. So this does not need to be seen. So wet brick, singles, and 4 mortar. Man, that's a big change from before. So the wet bricks, we already have 16. Let's go ahead and queue it up to do 40. So now it's going to start making wet brick or dry bricks. It's going to take those, dry them, and make them into the regular brick. And we need 20 of them for the baking oven. Gonna need a cooking utensil for that, and also for something else. So let's go ahead and see about making a couple cooking utensils. Let's make 5, because they are considered a part. They have durability, so after so long, just like the wheels on the Arastas, just like the stone wheels or millstones for here, or in here. No, I guess it's not in here, but or the wooden wheel for here. They eventually get used. So there is our brick start. So we have completed our task for this episode, and I will see everyone in the next one, where I have no idea what I'm going to do yet. So it may be just a bunch of moving things around in order to I don't know. Oh, we're probably going to work on those engineering pages. So that means taking wood over to the shipyard to make hulls and get the windmills going over here as well. Besides finishing this room, so we can move the tables down from the room above us. Move all the tailoring ones down, move the farm table out. So we're going to try to get that stuff out so we can use these as living rooms instead of production rooms. So we might actually increase the height of this room as well, and then expand the building that way. We'll figure it out. So until next episode, where we decide what we're doing, but you know, I have not yet to know. I haven't even made up the idea. I have to see where I am at the end of every episode to figure out where I'm going in the next. So I'll see everyone in the next one. Enjoy your morning, your afternoon, your evening, wherever you happen to be, and until then.